Music.
Hey guys. Hi everybody. Hey Kevin. How are you?
Here. Hi everybody. How we doing?
Good. It's been a while since we've been live. Like quite a while. Did you have a great Christmas?
A long time.
I know. It's been crazy. I haven't seen a lot of these
Welcome
people that have since the show. So hi to everybody that's on right now that's going to be joining us. You guys, we are live right now across BTC's Instagram, across One Shot's Instagram, and YouTube and Facebook.
And BTC's Facebook, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm just going to say I'm not smoking a million cigarettes a day. I've been quite under the weather. So that's why my voice sounds like this, but the show must go on. And we are so excited that this is going to be our 10th anniversary of One Shot. And to let you guys in on a little something else, this year we are celebrating our 25th anniversary for BehindTheChair.com as well. And so really putting on an incredible show this year for you guys down in Dallas. And we can't wait to see all of you guys. So Kevin,
I cannot believe that One Shot is 10 years old. I feel like a kid again. I'm 10 again. But I mean, 10 years ago, when we went to that wedding. The wedding didn't survive, but One Shot did.
That's so true. That's so true. But Kevin and I went down to Mexico for a wedding from one of our team members who's still with us. And we laughed. She said it was the best thing that came out of the wedding was One Shot. So we kind of laugh about that. But we're really, really excited.
Going married from that first year, we were petrified at your house in Chicago. We were petrified. Is anybody going to even enter? And for it to grow to 2.6 million entries in the 10 OMG, I remember that first year, Mary. We're like,
I actually remember the exact moment when we turned it on, and I was terrified of, would anybody enter? And, the whole goal of this competition going all the way back was to celebrate, hairdressers who didn't have $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, to do photo shoots. And we just wanted to celebrate real hairdressers doing real hair behind the chair every single day. And it is really astounding to see what's happened and what it's come to after all these years. So, we
and just all of the artists that some of them still posting and working through and gone on to all these other things. It's just so I feel like they're our babies. I don't want to sound like you know what I mean, like our babies in a way. And then to see everyone grow, like see so many people grow in their work. Not 2.6 million entries is crazy, but also just see, we see these artists and we're like, Mary, do you remember? And they're like, yes. And we were like, and just to see that work grow from the work from Behind the Chair. I mean, obviously for Big Shot and just see it morph, but it's just, it's incredible. It's truly incredible.
It really is. And, everybody has worked so hard throughout the years. And I always laugh and say, when you take your shot, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? Well, let's see. You get
better at all those.
You get better technically. You're working on your technical work. You're working on your picture taking. You're working on your social media, right? Because then your pictures get improved. And then what happens? I don't know. You get more clients. You make more money, you live a better life. So if that's the worst thing that happens, when you participate in One Shot, it's amazing. But what's really incredible is all of the people who have been nominated over the years and have won awards. And I think it's incredible just to be nominated and just to see all the incredible work year after year. So you guys tonight.
I'm sorry. I was saying last year's show, it just gets bigger and better every year, and it's just. Everyone works so hard, like we do, obviously, but then everyone else from putting their photos in works so hard. And then for everyone to be together like that and to see that family grow every year, it's, I've been in the business a little bit too. And it's just, to me, it's overwhelming, like in such a wonderful, fabulous way. So this year it's going to be even bigger.
It really is. Yeah. And it's our 10th anniversary. It's really amazing. You guys are going to start seeing some of the history of One Shot coming up onto our One Shot pages. And tonight what we wanted to do was go over categories with you. And we have kind of a whole new One Shot as well. And so we wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about some of the just some of the changes that we're going to make that I think are going to make you guys have to really look at your work with more of a, a really strong eye in terms of making the decisions about what work that you really want to post. And so I think what we should do is the key things that we want to do tonight, you guys, is obviously to say hi, answer whatever questions that you have. So make sure that you're, we've got people, I think, on almost all of our channels, but the best channel is if you're not on go to One Shot Instagram, and that's where a lot of these questions are going to get answered. But I think we do have people. I think we have team members.
Yeah.
So let's talk about One Shot 2025 and everybody out there wondering, what are the big changes that we're going to have this year? And so I've seen some of your questions already coming in. And so there's some really exciting new things that we want to do for One Shot 2025 this year. So what we're going to do is walk you through the
yeah, it'll make things simpler as well. Like in some ways, it'll make it more difficult. Like Mary was saying, like you're going to really have to choose. You're going to see something new coming across. That
they're probably going like, "What do you mean by that?" I'm going to tell you in a second.
At the same time, it's going to be simple as well, though. So we're going to go through it all.
So we're going to walk you guys through. Let's go ahead and show them what the website's going to look like in a little while. As soon as we're finished, as soon as our conversation's over, you guys are going to be able to start entering One Shot. And so we're excited about that. Let's go ahead and One Shot obviously is going to be taking place. What is our dates again, you guys? August. Kevin, did you write it down? At the BTC show this year in Dallas. Again, we'll be back at the Lowe's, and so the August. Yep. What's the date again?
Entry date. I'm sorry. The BTC show is August 23rd to the 26th.
Thank you. So it'll be during. So let's take a look, you guys. Seb, let's go ahead and go to the new rules, because guess what? Our contest rules have changed, guys. And this is really, really important as you guys, before you enter this year, please make sure that you go through the rules. And then the other thing you guys are going to be really excited about is we have put together actual descriptions for every single category about what we're looking for. I know you guys have asked for that in the past, so we have provided that to you guys as well. So let's take a look at this. So obviously the contest is free to enter. That's pretty rare. Most contests are not free to enter, but we want to maintain it that way. All work entered must have been created by the hairdresser submitting it, and the hairdresser must own or have obtained the rights to enter the work into the competition. Over at BTC University, if you guys go over there, you can download a free model release form. So if you take a look at, if you just go over to the downloadables section, you'll see that the model release form there is free. So if you just, you can fill out you can create an account there and get that for free and then download that. The reason we suggest this for everybody is it's important that it's just, first of all, it's good to do it if you're ever going to submit any work anywhere to, and if it was a magazine or anywhere else, you want to make sure that you've got the rights to it. So if you shot it, yes, it's your photograph, obviously, but you want to make sure that the model, even if it's your client and she's not a professional model, that you're really sure that you've got the rights to use that, her picture, her likeness, etc. So it's just something we don't require that you have that filled out, but what we do require is in our entry form that it says that you have the rights to use that image. So it's really important. Again, if you guys have any questions about it, just have somebody, make sure that they fill that out for you. Also any filters, retouches, color balancing, cloning, or use of AI that visibly alters the style, shape, or color of any entry will result in the entry being disqualified. We'll get into this a little bit more in the coming weeks, but the key thing here is no problem if you want to use Facetune on faces, etc. But the key thing here is we don't want to see Photoshop on using colors where colors don't exist. And we don't even want to see that in Big Shot, you guys, either. Like, it's really important that the color that is supposed to be the color that you did is the color that's there. And the other really big thing, again, that we want to make sure of is please be careful about using any filters, especially on, in the past that people have done this and it's become sort of part of their, like, this is my thing, to use a filter like darker color background or something. We really suggest not to use the darker color background. And again, we really need to push ourselves past, filters, retouches, etc. And so, like I said, on the face, it's no problem, but we really want to see the whole head of hair, and also be very careful about how you're cropping, because if you crop out the top of the hair, for example, in Hot Shot, and it's a hair color shot, we're probably not going to nominate it. So pay really close attention to that.
Be careful with your oversaturation, but just like Mara said, too much editing, obviously there's going to be editing done, but it's just, and we might even miss some, but we're really kind of crazy about it, and we go over it, and the more editing that is involved, the more chance it has of getting, like, us not picking it. So
exactly. Hey, if you guys are just joining us right now, I know people are going to be coming on and off. We're just going over the contest rules. We're going to talk about the categories this year, and then exactly, how to post, etc. So Hot Shot, again, the work is created from the time March 5th, which is when entries ended last year for Hot Shot. So March 5th, 2024 through March 31st, 2025, which is when entries closed this year. Big Shot, we opened on April 1st of last year. So the work has to have been created between April 1st and March 31st of this year. Okay, so here's the thing. And then all entries must be posted on Instagram between January 7th, which is today, and March 31st, 2025. Now, what you're going to see in here is this contest this year is going to be both Instagram and also uploading the images to the site. So there are a number of you guys saying, yeah, we're all having problems with Instagram. We know that hashtags are kind of going away, but we also think that that placing them on Instagram is a lot of fun, and it does create that visibility for everyone to be able to see it. And people really enjoy that. And I don't think anybody wanted us to take the Instagram portion away. So I think that we've solved a couple of kind of key issues that we're going to show to you guys. So the key thing, though, is even if the work was done, and you posted it, like last year, you're still going to need to repost that work between January 7th, as of today, and March 31st, right? And then right. And then all entries will be on One Shot Hair Awards, which must be posted on One Shot Hair Awards as well, also from today through March 31st. Now, here's the biggest change of the whole year, guys. Instead of everybody, we had some categories, and we wanted that, right? We wanted everybody to enter as many as they wanted. And in some, I can tell you that there was one person in particular that entered 400 photos in the same category. We just think you guys have gotten better and better and better. And I think part of doing the work of doing your photography of your work is also in choosing the best images that you have. And one of the biggest challenges that we've had this year, or not this year, but in past years, is how much time it takes us to get through, literally 300,000 images, 200,000 images. We look at every single one of them. So this year we made a decision that every single person will be able to enter only 3 entries per category. So that's gonna do 2 things. Number one, it's gonna require you to have a more discernible eye for the work that you've got, right? You're gonna be able to choose, obviously, which 3 that you want in every single category. And we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, as if you're probably reading down. Again, that can be every single category. If you want to, you can certainly do 3. But the second thing it's gonna do is not only just show us that you know which of your images that you should be, presenting, but also it's gonna cut the time back considerably in terms of us being able to name our top 100s. And I know that all of you will be thrilled about that, and all of us at BTC are thrilled about that as well. But we just think that it's going to give you the chance to have a more discernible eye, and it's going to give everyone the chance to be able to get our top 100 faster than what we've been able to do it before. So, and again, it's going to make everybody go, oh my gosh, how do I choose 3? That's going to be up to you. That's going to be up to you. So, but I think it's time. I think we've graduated to a place where everybody has that ability to determine which ones they think are the right ones to submit. And also in alignment with that, we have given you very specific guidelines that we're going to show you on the next page with which categories that we have this year. And you'll be able to look at that and see exactly what we're looking for in each of the categories. Now, let me be really clear about how this is going to work, okay? So 3 entries per category may be submitted. So 3 entries in platinum, 3 entries in shag, etc. But here's where it's going to change a little bit, right? Is so each entry may stop right there. Yeah. Go down just a little bit, Seb, or come back. No, sorry. Come back a little bit. No, the other way, Keep going. No, go the other way, Seb, the other way. Keep going back, keep going. Right there, stop. Okay, right there is fine. So a total of 3 entries, as we said. Each entry may only be submitted to one hair color or hair cutting or styling category. So for example, you may not submit the same entry to both blonde and platinum. So what we're saying is do not put the same hashtags on this image. And as we go into how you load these images in or how you do it, that will explain it more. But please do not, you cannot submit the same image to both blonde and platinum. Again, everybody out there, I think, is going to be thrilled with this because as you guys have known in the past, it's been really, really difficult when you've got 300,000 images and some categories have over 40 or 50,000 entries where they're being hashtagged to multiple, to blonde, to balayage, etc. So we want you guys to do is be very thoughtful around which ones you want to place them in. So you can put 3 in blonde, 3 in platinum, etc. But please do not put the hashtags, all of those hashtags on the individual images, and we'll explain more about that. So you may not submit the same entry to both shag and bob lob. It can only go to one.
Both haircuts.
Right. However, the same entry may be submitted in a single hair color, haircut, and or styling category. So you may submit the same entry to both blonde and shag. Make sense, Kevin?
Yep, sure does.
Good. Sorry. I have pneumonia.
Power.
Yeah.
And Mary, I've already, I'm talking about like just being sick and getting through it and going through everything. I started off trying to be a little more positive, like, find my bliss in the beginning of 2025, but I've already given up. I'm just listening to the voices in my head. So that's what I'm doing. I've given up on the bliss and I'm just going with the voices in my head.
Oh, here comes my coughing, Jags. Okay. So yeah, powering through. So, and then again, you may submit to both platinum and special event, for example. So both of those. So it just can't be submitting into the same category or into the same group of categories. So in the hair color category, for example. Okay, as we slide down, this is what we want you guys to do when you're entering. So post or repost your entries to Instagram. And then you're going to also submit it to One Shot. So we're going to explain how that's done. Every entry must be posted, as we talked about, between January 7th and March 31st. Only 3 entries per category. Each entry must be posted to Instagram individually. Please do not place all 3 entries into a single carousel. Again, there's a whole host of reasons why this is really important. But the key thing is we want to see all of them individually for all collection. Yeah, I'm going to go. Can I mute myself?
So for instance, blonde, and you have your 3 blonde images. You're not going to put those 3 blonde images that you've selected for blonde in one carousel. They're going to be each individually, not only posted on One Shot, but also uploaded on One Shot, the site. And moving forward, so, yep. And then each entry must be posted on Instagram individually. Do not place. That's what we talked about. For all collection and salon decor categories, each entry should include 3 images in a carousel. So you guys are aware of the way we used to do it in the past. For salon decor, salon, and also suite, we allowed a carousel. So you would have, 10 photos, 20, whatever it is, 20 photos. So again, going back to what Mayor had mentioned before, we want to push you guys to pick your best salon images, i.e. not just a picture of a hairspray that you carry, but like the actual look, the feel, the vibe of the salon. And you're going to present that in a carousel with 3 images that best capture the feel and the idea and the looks of your salon. And again, you're going to post it you're going to post that carousel as a carousel on your Instagram, and then you'll also upload it to the site, oneshothairawards.com. And I know it's going to be live when we're done here.
It is.
So,
yeah, and then
I mean, that's
again,
so.
yeah, for collection, I think, yeah, Kevin, I think you said for collection again, 3 images per 3 images per collection that you'll be uploading, and it will be 3 entries. So you'll be able to enter 3 collections in each category and 3 images per collection. Okay, so and then place the corresponding hashtags in the caption only for each entry, and then overlays are recommended but not required. This is the key thing is you guys were doing an amazing thing last year where you were doing the overlay in the first image, and it really caught on, and then you had a clean shot on the second image. We love that, so feel free to continue to do that. Right. And then we'll go through this quickly, and then we'll come back, say hello to you guys, and then show you how we load these in, and then submit your entries to oneshothairawards.com. So the reason, obviously, why we're doing this is it gives you guys an opportunity to be able to see all of the entries, and not just the ones that Instagram wants to show you. The hashtags are not working properly, but we also didn't want to eliminate it from Instagram. It's like part of our history. And but One Shot Hair Awards is where you'll be able to see truly all of the entries that are being loaded in. So create a free account on oneshothairawards.com. You'll see that up above probably right now. And then if you had an account from last year, all of your information will already be in there. Thank you, Brianna. And then if you've got any changes, address changes or any kind of changes, feel free to update that. Yeah, and then you'll just complete the entry form for 2025, and then you'll begin to upload your entries, and we'll talk about this here in just a second. You're going to select the categories in which you're going to enter. You're going to upload only those images posted to Instagram. You're going to upload only clean hair images without the one-shot overlay is what we're asking for, because it's so helpful to not have the one-shot overlay that are in the yearbook pictures, etc. You're going to follow the prompts to upload your entries, and then also to add in your IG links for each respective entry. So last year, one of the things that took a really long time for us was the fact that we had to go make sure that your entries were actually posted in Instagram. So this year, what we're asking is for you to actually post the Instagram link right there for us. So that way we know that exact image was posted on Instagram, and then it's connected directly to to your image that you're uploading, which makes it just shows that both pieces have been taken care of. And then follow the prompts to upload. Video categories uploads will require an image upload to be used as your cover shot of your video. So you can do anything you want for your cover shot. You can make it literally anything you want. Before, after, it's up to you. Funny, it could be funny.
Pick something.
Yeah, pick something that's specific to that video, and then you'll be the link to the video itself.
All, but it doesn't hurt to catch our eye, because who knows?
And the most important. Yeah. The most important thing, guys, is you must click submit at the bottom of the page. Otherwise, all of the images that you've loaded won't get into our system. They won't be submitted. So we have a screaming you're gonna
see it. And it'll follow you around the world.
Yeah. So let's jump back, Seb, so we can say hello. And then we're going to go through the categories here in just a second. So do we have any questions that are coming up? Hi, everybody. Any questions that anybody's seeing that needs to be answered right now? Anybody? Madison or Natalie, are you guys seeing anything that people are not understanding right now? If you guys have questions, let us know.
I mean, I'm not understanding all of it, but I get, most of it.
Are you not?
I'm excited. I mean, for those, you guys, from last year, while we're waiting to see if we have any specific questions, I'm excited that if you saw everything the way it came out last year, this year is all designed to just make everything easier and put it all in one place. Now you're going to be able to upload your 3 favorite images for your category. But like Mary was saying earlier, every photo that you upload will have that link of where it was on Instagram. And something I wanted to say too, and we kind of talked about it, but just keep in mind that if it wasn't in the creation date, if it was before our opening date, which is the 7th, you have to repost that photo, but also making sure that it's within the creation date that we've allowed. So just keeping that in mind, because obviously you will have to repost it, because that link is what goes when you upload your photos to the site. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So they would need, so that makes sense. So we've got some questions here. So last year, many of us couldn't upload to the site. So yeah, no, you'll have no problem uploading to the site. I'm not sure why that would have happened in the beginning last year, but the beginning last year, because obviously we had record time with our development team working round the clock for about 5 weeks trying to build a site that should have taken 6 months. So we had a couple of hiccups in the beginning. No, you're going to be totally fine. So you're not going to have any problem loading your images. Those images will show up in your and we'll show you guys how to do that in just a second, but they'll show up in your account. And then once you enter those images, they'll actually show up for everyone to be able to see your entries. And that's what I think is really cool. Is one of the biggest things about our this awards program is that we wanted a lot of awards programs. You have no idea what's been entered. It gets sent in somewhere and you have no idea what the competition was, and they don't have any idea, all of the other competitors either. We wanted something that had full transparency of being able to see what all the work that was being uploaded. So we don't have to rely, here I go again, on Instagram. Instead, this site is an amazing opportunity for us to be able to see all of it and for us not to miss any of your work as well. So we've spent weeks in getting the site ready to go. So thank you, Brianna, and your development team for making sure that all of these updates are there. So you're not going to have any problems. Are we okay with blurred backgrounds? Yeah, no problem with blurred backgrounds. Like that's perfectly fine. So let's say that you shot a picture in a not desirable shot, maybe with a retail background and behind you or something like that. And you're like, oh, that's a really beautiful shot.
Yeah, or the chicken nuggets down there, like in the corner.
Yeah. Exactly. So no problem. Lighter or darker backgrounds for fade. So the goal, honestly, is for if you've got like the goal here, and we talked a little bit about this, the goal is like we want to see the work, right? So that's why I was saying, like, if you've got darker backgrounds because you think it's kind of sultry and cool, if we can't see the hair, like the actual, if we literally can't see the hair, it's not going to get nominated.
It's right. Dark brown hair. We can't really, it might look artsy, but we still want to see the work.
We need to see the strands of hair. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, the strands, but we kind of do. And so the best thing is if you've got beautiful brunette or whatever, go with some sort of a lighter background on the wardrobe and also on the backdrop, right? Again, if you're an expert at it and you know how to light it properly with, a brunette on a darker background, hey, go for it, right? But if you don't and you're comfortable with your lighting capabilities, just make sure that you're using a lighter background so we can really see, the beautiful hair, right? So definitely always
go with a darker background for your blondes. So
exactly.
General rule, but
right. The other thing,
like, if you don't have dark or white, either one, but if you blur it, like Mira had said earlier, as long as it's done within, that would work.
Yeah. And then somebody had asked 3, so we can only use the hashtag 3 total times per category. That is correct. So you've got that done. It's not 3 entries per model. It's 3 entries total per category. So you could have 3 blonde entries. So we don't care which ones you choose. Probably better to choose 3 different models, versus 3 different model shots. It's one image. There's not a carousel. And we're just, again, I believe that we've graduated to this level. So we're not doing this to say like, we're doing this because we think that you guys are fully capable of making these decisions about which images are the right images. And we're just trying to elevate it to the next level because we think that we believe that you guys are fully capable of doing that. And also, again,
we wanted to see your intention as well, right? So like the best way I can describe this, Mira, is that when we get our entries for cool balayage and warm balayage, and a lot of artists will put both hashtags. And the interesting thing is a lot of times those photos will have warm and cool within one photo. But we want to know, even though we know that we could put it in either, we want to know what your intention was. So like, are you thinking that it was more warm? Then that's where you should put it, because
Yeah.
we want to know what your intention was, and then whether we agree with it and the way it overall looks, that's a different thing. But knowing your intention and you deciding that it is, I see both, but it's more warm, and that's where I'm going to enter it. So, and I also think that gives it the best shot to win too, right? Like, so if you're putting your best shot forward, you know, it's also the best shot for it to win or place in that category. So,
yeah. Somebody asked, has everything we entered been taken off of our accounts to start with the new ones? So yes, it has, but all of your work is still, it's still there, like it's still in your account, but it will be fresh for you to be able to start and then launch into the new one. So you won't have to go and delete anything from 2024. I think that was the question that you had. Another question. Yeah. So if we post on Instagram with the overlay, we have to take the overlay off to upload. So the goal is, yes, because our preference is to see so what a lot of people, as I was saying, did last year, and we loved it. We thought it was great. And you guys did it. And then it really caught on, is to do the overlay first, because it really also helped us see which of your, like, what on your page was a one-shot entry, because as you can imagine, we were literally going to the pages, et cetera. And then you had a clean shot of it without the one-shot hashtag behind it. So you can totally still do that. Our preference, though, for when you upload to the site is not to have the one-shot logo, or not to have the one-shot overlay on it, because if you are nominated, it allows our editorial team and our design team to be able to pull that picture clean without trying to take the one-shot logo off. Because obviously, if we had a one-shot overlay on every single picture at the awards program, you know, on the walls and everything, it would look a little crazy. Will the categories be specifically broken down so we don't submit blonde, balayage, and platinum? So, yes, on oneshothairawards.com, and we'll show this to you in just a second, because I think it'll be great for you guys to be able to see how to actually load your images. That will be, yes, it will say blonde, upload 3 images. You'll upload the 3 images. The next one will say balayage or whatever, right? So you'll be doing that. When you're using your hashtags on Instagram, you're only going to place that proper hashtag. So if you decide that you want this one particular entry to be in blondes, then you're going to put the blonde hashtag for that. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Yes, and let them know, yes, but this live stream will be published on all the channels, so you can replay it and see whatever information you may have missed, because we recognize everybody's got families and kids and all of that. Let's see. Speak to whether an entry can be entered into multiple categories, can be read in shag. So as we said, it can be in one color category, and it can be in one styling or hair cutting, but it cannot be in 2 of a hair color category or 2 of a hair cutting category.
For instance, if it's obviously a color block and that's where you want it, you're like, oh, it's a color block, and that's where I'm going to put it. And then, but you're thinking also in your mind, oh, but it's still got a lot of red. So you're thinking, oh, I'll enter it in red. No, you want it. It's only going to be in one color category, and the color category that you think it fits most with, right? So if it is, let's say it's a bunch of red color block, but the intention is that you want us to be looking at the color block, then that's where you're going to put it. And you can't put it in another color category. So
here's a great question, and whomever asked it, thank you for asking it, because it's a great question. So what if I submitted 3 images and then have an amazing one? Can I go back and remove that and add a new one? Yes, you can. So you can edit so if you decide that you want to change one of them out, and you're like, okay, these are the 3, but I just didn't need
a hairstylist or one of us that would change our minds. Like,
no, oh my gosh. Absolutely. So you could load 3 up into the into the fade category right now, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I just did a much better one, and then you could take one out and put another one in. So yeah, so no problem there, and I'm really glad that you asked the question. So basically,
but that would only work up until the time voting or to, like, we close, right? So you can't go back in.
Right, exactly. So let's go over and show them how to actually load their work, how to actually enter the contest, because I think that would be great. And then we'll go through the actual categories, and then I think maybe Kevin.
My
Kevin, what
my
we should
question
do, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say my question to the team is anyone are they just keeping all the really great comments to us, Mayor, or are they hiding like the ones that like, oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this? Or I'm
No,
hoping,
we're getting a lot of great comments, and y'all are actually caught up on your responses. So
I love it, and they're all great questions. So
yeah, they're good questions. Heather's got them in the private chat, Kevin. If you're looking, that's where she's got them.
I just started looking at some of them. So, but yeah,
okay,
great
and then let's go over Seb and take a look at how we upload images. So we'll go over to the entry form, and we'll just show them one here. So if we go into the entry form, here it is. You'll see in Hotshot, here's all your categories. So what I'm going to do is let's say that we're going to upload 3 images into Creative Color. Okay, so you're going to see it's going to pop up here. Hold on just a second. Drop files or select files. As you can see, it says max 3. And Seb is uploading some really great calico cats. So he's going to load that. And before you load that, oh, that's okay. It's okay, Seb. Oh, these are fun. Of course, Seb would do these crazy ones. So, oh, that's sweet.
Non-calico. So
yeah. So the calico cat up above. So if we see these, of course, he's our crazy video editor, everyone. Say hello to Seb. So the Instagram post URL, guys. So when you load these images in, you're going to see where it says the Instagram post full URL here. So that's where you're going to put your URL into this. So that's where you're going to load it in. Make sure you put the HTTPS in there as well, and then whatever the Instagram link is, that will link directly over to it. Now here's the big thing. Let's pretend that we're going to go and do another one. Let's go down. Let's go farther down. Seb, you guys, here's the thing. You cannot leave. See the big button that says click submit at bottom of page to save your uploads. As you go down, upload as wherever you want. If you want to come back at another time, let's say that you're like, oh my God, I've got a client coming in. I can submit right now. So as you can see, you can submit and go ahead and submit. And now those are submitted and those will be on your page, but you can come back again and submit as many times as you want. And now there's where your Creative Color entries are. So you can see those, and at any time you can go back and edit them, change them, add or edit your entries right here. And then we can add more. So there you go. You can see you can take one of them out if you want to and add a different one in. And so all the categories are here for Big Shot and for Hot Shot as well.
You can notice that Mambo Jumbo monster sign at the bottom that says click submit at bottom of page to save your uploads. That's just so important.
Yeah.
That will follow you.
Yeah. So just make sure that you guys are hitting so that you, no matter what you upload, make sure that you go to the very bottom to submit them, because you have to click submit for it to go into our database. So that's really, really important. And then I think so how do you find the URL on your Instagram post? You just go to click share on your on IG.
And
so
copy link. And then once you copy link, that's your URL.
Yeah. So it just like you would share it with somebody else, where it just says copy link, and then you grab that, and then you can bring it over and literally place it over here. So if I do primarily blondes, can I enter multiple entries to blondes but different clients, or I only get one? No. You get 3 entries per category. You can choose, it could be the same client 3 times. I mean, if you want to, or you can choose 3 different, it has nothing to do with the clients. It has to do with, you have 3 entries per category. So you can enter 3 times for blonde, enter 3 times for cool balayage, etc. So you can enter 3 images, as you can see here, per category. Now let's go down to enter collection, a collection category. Seb, I don't care which collection. Keep going. There you go. So open up editorial collection or one of those, whichever one is fine. And you're going to see that you're going to actually open. So select files. You're going to select 3 files for this, and that's going to be one collection. And then one more, because these are great. And then that says maximum number of files have been reached, as you can see. So that creates your one single collection. Now you can go down to the bottom again and click submit. Oh, sorry, put your Instagram, sorry about that. Put your Instagram link in there again. And then you can go down and submit. And there you go. And now that will be one collection. And somebody's asking, where do we see the entries after submission? You'll be able to go back into your own account and see the entries, just like where Seb had seen right there. You can see that here they are right here. After you've already entered them, you can see that they're right there in your account. So again, if you want to enter them or edit them, and then everybody else will be able to see all of your entries as well. So once you enter, all of your entries will be where it says, yeah, all entries. If you decide to edit your entries, does it matter to remove the previous entry on Instagram? It doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't. If you decide to change it, because our focus will be on. It's a good question. Will be on what you've entered on One Shot Hair Awards. We just need to make sure that you've actually entered it on Instagram. So no, you could enter and change those as often as you want. What we're going to be looking at are the 3 specifically that you've entered as your 3 on OneShotHairAwards.com. But that's a great question. Let's go take a look at the categories. And many of the categories, guys, we kept a lot of the same categories. We have one major change to categories. And this is the thing that, again, that we thought would be really helpful for everyone. The key thing is once you sign in, like once you actually fill out the entry form, you're then going to receive all the hashtags. So once that entry form is filled out, you're not seeing the hashtags here, but once you go fill out the entry form, you're going to get the hashtags and you'll get the overlays. So that's exciting. You're going to see. So here's our categories, guys, and you can go. We'll let you guys go and check out all of the descriptions of every single category. So there's no question as to what we're looking for. So it's cool balayage, warm balayage, platinum, blondes, brunettes, reds, creative color, and color blocking. We got more specific on what we're looking for creative color and color blocking. So we think that will be helpful with hair tattoo as well. Color transformation, of course, as we go to hair cutting. Bob Lob again. Shag mullet still there. Pixie Bixie still there. Natural texture. Men's cut. Fade. And as we're going down, cut transformation, styling, special event styling, intricate braids and twists. Oh my gosh, which was just out of control last year. I think that we had so many countries participating in intricate braids and twists.
Gorgeous.
It was crazy, like literally maybe 30 or 40. I mean, at least 40 countries, I think, maybe more than that. It was crazy. So it was really great to see that. And then overall, hair extensions, student, salon decor, suite decor, educational post, and then collaboration transformation. I want to talk about this one a little bit. This is going to be a little bit different. We're really excited about this one. You guys got really excited about collaborations last year, and we want you to get excited about it. It's fun to do collaboration with somebody else, right? This time we decided that we would do collaboration transformation, and it's going to be a 2-person collaboration. That's what the collab. So somebody can do cut and color. Somebody could do cut and style. Somebody could do color. We don't care. It's up to you guys on what you want to do, on which each person wants to do. But it's going to be showcasing before and after images of a client's transformation. So the focus of this category is going to be on technical skills, client suitability, and the overall final look. And again, this is going to behave like transformation categories. So it's the before and after shots must appear side by side in a single image. A maximum of 2 individuals will be credited per entry, and both must have an account on OneShotHairAwards.com. So each one of you guys must have an account. And then you, in the entry form, there'll be a field there for you to actually go and find your collaborator. There, you'll be able to search it. I suppose we probably should have looked at that. We can do that here in a second. Then video category. So we're excited about that. When you guys had a lot of fun with collaborations last year, and I think we're going to probably have some other fun things that we're going to do with collaborations throughout this season as well. It's just fun to see you guys working together. And I think you guys have had a lot of fun doing it as well. So video categories, color video, haircut video, styling video, and funny video. The same that we had last year.
And guys, just keep in mind the main goal with any of the video categories other than is that it should be education based, right? So, you know, it's not, you know, it's not artsy. It's not like beautiful hair blowing in the wind that got 5 million, like who, you know, it's about education, meaning you're teaching the look. So if it's an updo, I can see what you're doing and how you've done it. If it's you know, a color video entry, it should be you showing us how you achieve the color to some degree. So all of those categories in video outside of humor are based on education. That's what we look for in terms of, you know, are you teaching the viewer something, and can we watch and learn for those categories? And humor is, you know, listen, humor is what you think is humorous, and the ones that have done well for you. And some of them are, you know, salon based, some of them are hairstylist based or client based. But I mean, they're a riot, and everyone has fun entering that category. So
exactly. Okay, let's see.
Big show.
Let's see, we've got some more questions. Okay. And then again, reminder, somebody asked, what's the difference between Big Shot and Hot Shot? So these days, it's been interesting. Over the last, you know, several years, over the last couple of years, especially, you know, there's been, let me explain what it is. So Hot Shot is real hair behind the chair on your real clients, you know, that you're working with every single day, generally shot on your iPhone. Not as much concern about, you know, the makeup and the wardrobe, et cetera, other than, you know, please don't have the wardrobe clash, you know, like if you're doing beautiful creative color and you've got like a really strong pattern on a blouse or something like that, you know, we're going to be better than that, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's not just we need to get nominated. It's you're not going to want it clashing, right? So each year it gets, you know, more and more tailored, right, to a great shot. Big Shot is traditionally more of, you know, it still can be shot with an iPhone. God knows that there are a lot of people doing so much beautiful work out there, but it's more of your traditional national, you know, British Hairdressing Awards programs that, like the biggest award winners in the world: Australian Hairdresser of the Year, British Hairdresser of the Year, you know, German Hairdresser of the Year, Spanish, like those are all the people that participate as well in the Big Shot portion of the contest. And so what I would really suggest is to go, we have all of the archives for all of the years. So go over to our archives on Behind the Chair, on BTC, on One Shot Hair Awards. If you go over to the archives, you'll be able to see everything that was nominated and then all of the winners as well. So I think that'll give you a lot of, you know, a lot of information as well. Makeup artists can be in collaboration as well, no question, if you want to. But really, what we were struggling with is Big Shot. When you're doing a collaboration, a lot of, you know, with Big Shot, you've got, especially with Big Shot too, is you've got hair, makeup, wardrobe, all really needs to come together. That's what I neglected to mention. Hot Shot, it's more about the hair. Big Shot, it's the hair for sure. The makeup's got to be on point. The wardrobe's got to be on point. You know, the lighting has got to be on point, right? So the images of the collections together has to be on point. So like I said, I think the best way to review that is to go and look at some of the past nominees and winners. And I think you'll get a lot of questions around that. Heather, you said lots of questions about wigs. Can they be entered? And you're talking about, I'm not sure, wigs traditionally are entered, you know, into the Big Shot categories for sure. But we don't have a wig category this year. One of the challenges with the wig category, well, there's a lot of challenges with those. I suppose we can talk about that on a different day, but please make it clear they post on Insta and upload to the site. Okay. So again, the most important thing, guys, is to read through all of the information before you load. So all of the information is there in terms of how to upload. And it's, yes, it has to be uploaded to Instagram and to oneshothairawards.com. Why? As I was saying before, Instagram has been like the history of our awards program. I mean, from the very beginning, we think it's
last year.
It's how we were there. The problem with it is that we can't see, you know, most of the time, and I think you guys all know this by now, is that the hashtags are impossible. So there's no way to guarantee that. In fact, most of the images are not seen in hashtags.
Well, and
they've also said that they're getting rid of them as well. And I think that that's the other really big issue too, is that we've seen that Instagram is saying that they're not going to be focusing on hashtags as much in the future, or maybe even at all. And so for oneshothairawards.com, the goal there is to make sure that we see everybody's work. And so that's where the contest is really going to take place as it relates to being able to see your work. We just want to make sure that it's been posted in both places. So again, 3 images, 3 entries per category, as we talked about. So it's 1 hashtag per, and then each one of those images cannot be, like, you can't do your 3 entries in one carousel. So it's an individual entry, individual Instagram post. And again, you'll see all of that in the updated rules and so forth.
Keep in mind, going back just a little.
Go ahead, Kev.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, keep in mind, guys, the idea of it being posted on both is this. If you only post it on Instagram and just put the hashtag on it, it won't be entered. But so it won't be entered because we're not going to Instagram to look at all the shots like we have in the past, because like Mayor said, IG won't let us. So it has to be posted there, but that's the link that you need to actually enter it onto the site, oneshothairawards.com. And that's where you're not only going to upload that, but you're also going to enter that link. So that way we know that it was over on Instagram, but we're not going to find it or see it on Instagram like we have in the past. So just kind of doubling down on that, or going back over the idea that if it's just on Instagram, but you don't have it onto the site, it's not entered. We won't see it. It has to be on the site. So
exactly.
But
yeah. Madison, I'm seeing a text from, we're getting texts and comments from like 5 different places right now. Yeah, you can, if you have a question or something, or you want to answer questions, you can certainly jump on if you want to, and Heather can help you do that if you need to do that. Okay, so we went through the categories. We went through the upload processes. Is there anything else that we have not covered? I think what we'd like to do is to come back on in a couple of days, you guys, and then answer your questions, like have you guys take a look at the information about each one of the categories, and then we can come back on and answer questions. Yeah, we can do another live. Yeah, and come back on and answer questions for you guys all about the categories themselves. So like you guys can gather your questions together as it relates to
questions will come up, obviously. So if you start playing around, you're going to see things or think of things. Hopefully we have answers for, which we're doing a lot better than, like as we keep going. But some of them will give us ideas too, right? Like say, oh wait, we need to do that. So.
Yeah. Oh, and here's one that, I'm so glad, again, you guys are asking really great questions. And again, this is not going to be I know you guys haven't seen us for a while, but you're going to see us a lot during One Shot season. Hopefully I won't have pneumonia then. But it's, I feel like most people won't know who it is. Brenda Vaccaro. Do you remember her, Kevin?
I almost said that, Mary. I almost said Brenda Vaccaro, but I didn't know what. I don't know.
I know.
If like, I don't know, just raise your hand in the chat if you guys even know who Mary and I are talking about. And Mary, also the commercial that she did, like what she, so that's even funnier.
It is. You'd have to be like Kevin. You have to be our age to know it. But okay, so if you guys want, right now we are live on the website, so you guys can now begin to download, or I should say upload your entries for 2025. We are going to start
live over there.
The hashtags are live, guys. The hashtags are live. So once you enter, once you fill out the entry and go in and create your account, you will begin. And literally, I think I might want to go and just grab some entries tonight. I don't know, and post after. Yeah, take a look
Um,
around. We'll be sorting.
if you were a member last year, all your information will still jog, but you can also update things too. Like maybe some of your emails have changed or whatever, but you can update it. But just keep in mind that if you were there last year, you're already set up and it'll recognize you. You're like, oh, hi, Mary's back or Kevin's back.
Yes.
And
Yes,
you
it will.
also can update. So,
The other thing, you guys, that you're going to see that's a little bit different, and again, I know that if you're staying with us, we appreciate that, and we can hang out and answer a few more questions and everything as well. I just wanted to let everybody know that you're live right now. So if you want to start posting your work, we're excited about seeing the first,
I
posts
think
that
they
are
were
coming
live
out.
like 5 hours ago. I don't know.
Yeah. And again, remember, you guys, it's just because you load the first 3 images into a category, don't wait. Go ahead and show us your work. And if you want to make any changes, you have absolutely until the end, until March 27th,
But
I
do
think is the
not
date.
forget to go to that little button and press upload. Like, make sure that you upload every category. Make sure click to upload. So make sure because you'll go back and you're like, where were they? I'm like, well, you didn't click to upload, so you got that little reminder as well.
Yeah. So
you're right, Mary, I'm excited.
yes,
I'm excited because I saw people posting on their stories, what's your first image you're going to enter? What's like everyone was talking about it back and forth. So
I think
be cool to see.
You might have a story. Yeah, Madison, we might have a story, story template tomorrow saying what's the first image that you just posted to One Shot 2025. So think about that, you guys, because we'll send that out tomorrow. The other thing is somebody asked a great question, and I have a great story for this. Can a student enter other categories besides student? Oh, yes, you can. And Kevin and I have a funny story about a young lady with the handle Schmegs and Bacon, as many of you guys may know. Schmegs and Bacon is obviously just she's doing incredible work working with celebrities and influence, all kinds of work now. But all those years ago, when she was a shy, young student, literally from Pennsylvania, a small town in Pennsylvania, and her work was so incredible. But we didn't do the student category. We didn't nominate for the student category until one of the last categories. And Kevin and I were blown away when this person named Schmegs and Bacon had been nominated like 5 times already. And then all of a sudden we were working on the student category and saw that she was a student, and she was actually an apprentice. And she was going through an apprentice program, which you can do in Pennsylvania instead of going through beauty school. And we're like, wait, what? No way. She couldn't be this good, and be a student. So we checked it out. And sure enough, she was an apprentice. And she had already been nominated. I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 categories before being nominated in student. So we've got some incredibly talented students out there. So please.
And not only that, Mary.
Knock your box off. Go ahead and enter all of them.
Not only that, but when she won, just giving her credit and props, she's the first person that went to bed with her One Shot award. So you guys are just joining us or haven't entered years and years and years. Schmeg's image that she did that. She laid in bed with her award when she won. That was the first one ever. We grabbed it, obviously, posted it, and then she's the one that started that whole trend. So you guys now, some of you don't even know the context. You just see every year everyone's got a picture of them in bed with their shot, with their One Shot, and it's become like a trend. And the first one ever was Schmegs.
Yeah,
Schmegs
exactly.
Did it.
Exactly. Yeah, she really did start that trend. So yes, if you're a student, knock your socks off. Go ahead and enter in as many categories as you want. Oh, and you like my fireplace. Thank you. As many of you guys know, I left the big.
She's doing the evening news or not? She's doing the evening, like what you should do at night. And I'm doing day. I'm in New York here. I'm doing the day news. The new day newscaster.
I'm pretending to be in Yellowstone, but no, I live in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere.
I will tell you though, Mayor, mine's not AI. Mine's a big picture. Mine's my whole.
No, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But yeah, this is my dream place in the middle of nowhere on 200 acres, literally in the middle of nowhere.
And you guys, I know we're getting close to the end of this session, but I just want to remind you as well to make sure you guys last year. I mean, obviously the whole show was genius, but the One Shot Hair Awards, it was just the feeling of everyone being together. So all I'm going to say is if, you know, whether you place or you don't place, or it is a show that you cannot miss. So I'm just saying, I know we're a long way off now at this point, but if you could just mark out now, just in case, August 23rd through the August 26th, and we're going to be in Dallas again. And just mark it off now, because the feeling, the vibe of the whole, I mean, I get chills, and I basically have a black heart. So, and I get chills. So it's something you don't want to miss. So just mark that off now, 23rd through 26th.
Yeah.
August.
It's so true. And I just, I think the thing that is, let me answer this and then I'll make a statement. So do assistants count as student category? No. So you have to be in beauty school. So no, assistants don't. There's apprentice programs like they do in the UK, for example. So it's an apprentice, but that's getting your hours like beauty school does, right? So different countries call it different things, like in the UK and different places, but it just happens to be in Pennsylvania. You can do an apprentice program instead of going to beauty school. So this is meant, you have to have done the work before you got your license. So that's the most important. If you have any question, this is not an assistant. It's not an apprentice after you received your license. This is anybody that that you did the work before you got your license, right?
So if the work is done before you got a license, you can enter it as a student. If it would, like you were a student, but you're no longer a student, then that work, you would just enter that in whatever category, because you're no longer a student. So.
Right. So if you did, somebody was asking about, can I enter December? Yes, you can enter from any work that happened up until the last, I think it was March 5th. Again, you'll see this in all. So any work that you created, was I think March 5th of last year of 2024 through March 27th of this year. So it's that creation time. That's a 1 year creation time, basically, right? So yeah, created in December. Yeah, it's all
creation dates were March 5th for Hot Shot was March 5th, 2024 through March 31st, 2025 was the time that it should be created. For Big Shot, April 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2025. So those are your creation dates, but that's all on this site as well.
Yeah.
So,
and then is some of you guys are asking about our 25th anniversary. So we'll be sharing I would just say that this year at the BTC show, you will see the hairdressers that you've only ever heard about or you've only ever dreamed of seeing. This year, the biggest names in the world.
Double whammy, 25 years for BTC, 10 years for One Shot. It's going to be a double whammy.
Yeah. So you guys, we're planning. Should I share? I don't know if I should share it yet, but we're planning. Yeah, not just One Shot is obviously a huge deal, but we're planning a huge night the night before. That will be a gala like you've never seen before and a hair show like you've never seen before, ever. So the biggest names in the world are going to be coming in to do segments for us on the evening, Sunday night, to celebrate our 25th anniversary.
25 years. Why not, right? 25 years. Why not?
It's crazy. 25 years ago, I had this dream to start this company, and it truly is amazing what's happened in 25 years in this industry. So I'm so grateful that these guys that, like I said, the biggest names in the world are not only showing up, but they're helping me produce this event. And so we haven't announced it yet because it's a huge thing, but this is going, if you're under the age of 30, you've never seen like even one of these kinds of hair shows before. Like, so think about it as, from everything avant-garde, filled with the music and the lights and storytelling and stuff that will take place that evening on stage. And it will be a beautiful, like, gala event like we've never had before. So yeah, we're pretty excited about it, and we're laying out all the plans, and soon you'll start to hear the names of all the people that will be there. But this will be my goal is it will be the biggest night of hair ever in history. And the only person that unfortunately can't be there will be, two people, Mr. Vidal Sassoon and Trevor Sorby. God rest both of their souls. But other than that, I think the biggest names in hair will be there. And
they'll be watching the Mayor. They'll be watching. They'll be watching.
Yeah. Amazing people. And I'm sure that we'll find a way for them to both have cameos in the event. So this is not one to miss, guys. Make sure we're going to open tickets soon. But yeah, this is going to be, like I said, my goal is the biggest night of hair ever. With
Mark out August 23rd.
More names than we've ever seen. Yeah, exactly. So, and then One Shot will take place on Monday night. So it'll be 2 huge nights together, which will be really exciting. So, okay, guys, I think we'll be back in a couple of days again, just to answer questions about the categories. Everything is live right now. Once you fill out your entry form, then you'll be able to go in and start to enter everything, get all the hashtags, etc. Obviously, posting to Instagram and then posting to One Shot Hair Awards. So we can't wait to see what you guys have in store. And the other thing that's just really important, you guys, just take your shot. Like when people tell you that you're not good enough or it's not going to work or whatever, like those are the people that just decided that they were, they gave up on their own dreams. They have no problem stealing yours. Don't listen. Like literally, we have had people that have won this event with literally less than 1,000 followers. Please don't pay attention to any of that. You've been working hard on your work. So take your shot, show the world what you're capable of, show yourself what you're capable of. And the rest will work. Yes. I think that's what's so important. And we can't wait to see all of you guys and to see your work. It's our 10th year of One Shot, 2.6 million entries, over 100 countries, you guys. It's been incredible, and it's going to be an amazing year this year. So thanks to my partner in crime, Kevin. Thank you to our all of our team out in California right now that's taking us live across all of this. And Maddie and everybody else, Natalie, everybody else on our team that is getting ready for a big 2025 One Shot. Thanks, guys. Thanks, and thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys really soon. Go One Shot.
Take your shot. Take your shot.